doing? Um, I've been doing music videos, and as you all know, and I guess I just wanted to answer one of the questions that always seems to come up, and the question of when did when did I get into music, or um, when did I start to like singing, and so I thought I'd go over that in this video. Um, I remember back when I was a child, 3, 4, 5, 6 years old, being in a foster home, and I was actually in multiple foster homes, but the last one I was in before I came to live with my biological father, when I was about 8, I was there for about 4 years. It was the longest one I had been in, so I was there from about 2.5 to when I was 8, and or I should say 3 till about when I was 8, 3 years old till when I was 8. But anyway, um, and that foster home was very abusive, and it happened to be a couple of lesbian couple, a lesbian couple, I should say, and two very evil women, and they were very deceiving, and they really made everybody believe that they were, very good people, and that they were for God, and they really tricked the system, and but after a while, it sort of stopped being their fault and started being the system's fault too, for allowing the abuse after it had been reported, and but when I was in that foster home with one of my biological sisters, whom I have no relationship with now because of the life we've had, and the fact that she turned her back on me, and fell into the the web of Satan, and there's really not much anybody can do anymore to help her. And I remember being in the foster home, and the worst woman was her name was Bobby, and she's very evil. She tried to kill me twice, and came very close. And I believe it was the hand of God, the grace of God that led me, to survive, even though that I didn't know God at the time. Nobody had taught me about God, really. At least I don't remember. I mean, I remember we were dropped to Sunday school a few times, but all they ever really taught us was, Noah's Ark and all the children's stuff, the animals. But I remember us, children in the foster home. One of the things that she would, the women would do to, excuse me. One of the things the women would do to, um, fool everybody would, be to make a bunch, take tons and tons of pictures, and she'd hang them all over the walls, and she always pretty much got free stuff most of the time, so she really didn't have to pay for it, and she was really, they were both, both women, Bobby and Paula were both con artists, and evil, satanic people. I mean, they were they didn't care about the children at all, and or about God, or what God wanted, or God's love or God's grace. They didn't care about that. But I remember being in being there, and one of the things they used to do is to really fool people is they used to make home videos, and they would be nice just for that small period of time of making the home video, so that they can show people in DHS and the counselors and the workers that, see, we have a happy family and we're nice. And I remember one of the things we used to do with the home videos is we had this little karaoke thing. We had the microphone, and we used to sing to tons of music, and most of what we listened to was like rock and a lot of country. So me and my sister would run around the house and would have the microphone, and we're like 5 years old. We're singing, and 4 or 5. She was about a year and a half older than me, and so we'd be running around with the microphone and singing, and really really having fun, and of course we couldn't, I don't think, if Bobby would have known that, it was spiritually helping me, I doubt very much she would have continued doing it. But she was very evil. Set one of the houses we lived in on fire, and that was one of the times she tried to kill me. Left me in the building all by myself. But that's really where the music started, and like I said, I hadn't really gotten to know God at the time, and it wasn't until I was 15 when my uncle, my dad's father, Pastor Mick Hartley, came to visit me and my dad, and he came to visit us, and he gave me his personal Bible, his name engraved on it on the bottom. I don't know if you can see it, it's kind of dark in here, plus the Bible's dark, but he gave me his personal Bible, and he told me, he said, read that. He gave me a highlighter, and he said, anything that really sticks out at you, highlight it, anything that, really resonates with you, highlight it. And, I sort of, thought to myself, I was like, I used to always wonder, before I discovered God, I always wondered what happened when you died, Did you keep dreaming, or, did you keep thinking, or was that all gone? Was it just this black, nothing but blackness, and you just, it's all quiet, and there's nothing, and, I always wondered about that, and I think it was, it was very relieving to know that, when my uncle gave me the Bible, I started reading it, and, started getting really into it, because, God was answering questions that nobody else could ever answer before. So whenever I asked, what happened when you died, I didn't get a good answer, and, I guess it was because I kept searching that, God led the answer to me, and I think over the years, up until when I was 15, when I became a born again Christian, when He gave me my Bible, I think from when I was born up until I became a born again Christian, I think that I was really getting to know God my entire life, but didn't actually meet Him until I was 15. And so because everything's God, everything you experience is God, any sense of real love, there's just so many different things, music, anything you can come face to face with is God. And in sort of a way, obviously, not, a lot of it, is Satan as well, but the main thing was that it was, when you think about it, it makes sense, because you're getting to know God your whole life, and most people don't even know that, and I didn't know it, until He finally revealed, through my uncle with the Bible, and I sat down and I read it, and I took it very seriously, and I got really deep into it, because my life had been very harsh and very hard up until that point, and I was always sad, and I was always had a burden inside of me, and once I became a born again Christian, I became happy, and so no matter what I went through, I was happy, no matter how hard it was, went through a near-death experience last summer, and a real miracle, God was with me, and it's just a very promising thing to know that God is with you, and to know that he's here, and he's there for you, and he's gonna protect you as long as you believe, and so that's what really led me to be a singer and songwriter, and he really gifted me with the ability to do both, and I'm very thankful for that. And I think the one, if there's one thing he would want me to do in my life, it's to make other people happy, through making them laugh, and also through music too. So I hope that answers the question of when and why I began my love for music. Hopefully I'll make another video soon. Thank you. Bye.